Hello everybody, it's Nick Dash back again one more time. Okay, back on the camera. Great to be here. Great to be talking to you. As you can see from the previous video I did, there's been some various things happening on my channel. People have been talking to me and leaving me messages about various different things associated with, at this present point in time, actually being bullied, being treated badly, alright, and going through brainwashing as a result of New World Order conspiracy theorists. Alright, this is a very serious issue which people haven't really gone into. Yeah, my last video was rather angry, and it was really rather angry because I was talking to people who actually needed to have a strong message to help them with their problems. Okay, sometimes you need to provide a message which is different or portrayed in a different way than other people might like or might appreciate, in order to try and provide the greatest good to the greatest number of people who have been hurt in some ways. Alright, and essentially the next aspect I want to go into, which is very important as well, is how to make yourself stronger. Alright, when you've got people in your social environment who have, because they've got so much in the way of monomania, which is what they used to call it in the old days, okay, obsession with one thing, to the point whereby it is actually, creating or is the product of a form of mental aberration. Alright, you need to do things to protect yourself. Alright, intellectually, emotionally, and on lots of different levels. Obviously, counseling is a good thing anyway. You can get it through myself and get it through anybody else out there. Alright, I don't care. Call Samaritans, do whatever it is you have to do. But also look after your personal efficiency during this particular dark time that you're going through. Alright, and your personal efficiency in this particular case involves your clarity of thought and the health of your body, to the most part. Obviously, being perpetually on a path of self-development and self-education is a very, very, very important thing, and that should be regarded as being very high on your list of priorities. But if you've weakened your body, if you're going through stress, which you are if you're being abused by these people, because people who've got that kind of mental abnormality, they are sick people, okay? And if they're not really open to learning or thoughts, and they're very heavily focused on their beliefs in the New World Order, then you might even go so far as to call them evil. All right, because they are a force of sickness in the world, which is draining the goodness out of other people's lives. Right, draining the goodness out of other people's lives. This is not a positive thing. This is a negative thing. So as far as your personal efficiency are concerned, I've mentioned it before and I'll mention it again. Diet, nutrition, exercise, sleep. These things are essential. Now, on the subject of these 4 points, all I can do is tell you what I found out so far and what my opinions are on this subject. Because, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionalist. Alright, I'm not a professional in these fields. I'm certainly not a doctor. So do your own due diligence, and what I will do is I will mention my points of view here, and you can take from it what you see fit. The things which I'm about to tell you are things which I do in my life in order to try and maintain my strength, maintain my independence, alright, my freedom as a singular individual in this world, so I'm not being controlled and under the thumb of people who are dangerous and difficult or undesirable because they've got complex religious theologies which essentially involve the fact that they've got to control people and drive them mad for their own personal political benefits or psychological benefits or religious benefits or whatever, and also those who are strong believers in the New World Order. So they could be atheistic, they could be theistic, they could be all kinds of things, but in many cases they will be people who've got problems. Alright, and you need to protect yourself. So, diet. In my opinion, having a lot of fibre in your diet is a good thing. Keeps you nice and clear, works on the colon. Colonics is a very important aspect of maintaining your health anyway. Keeps down infection, enables your body to be able to absorb more nutrients from the foods that you eat. But also, if you do that, okay, then also think carefully about making sure you're having food which is highly nutritious. These days I have a lot of vegetable juices. Alright, I got into juicing a while back, and I'm doing it much more at the moment. Okay, because I think it's very important to become strong and healthy and that singular, independent individual, free individual, not psychologically under anybody else's thumb, not having absorbed other people's ideas, not being controlled by somebody else and their own form of personal sickness. Everyone's got some personal sickness. Some people have more than others. All right. So the kind of foods I personally would think about would be broccoli, would be butternut squash, obviously carrots, and the more common vegetables. Vegetables are very, very, very important. Having them in juiced form is great, but you also need to have them in cooked form as well, and steaming is essentially one of the best ways of doing that, so bear this in mind. Nut milks are also very good. Now, nut milks which you buy commercially, such as almond nut milk, and so on and so forth, can in fact be a bit pricey, so learn how to make your own nut milks, because that can actually provide you with some of the fats and some of the calories which your body will actually need. If you're a meat eater, carry on eating meat. I'm not trying to sell you a vegetarian diet. I personally have a very high vegetarian component to my diet, but I still eat meat. Alright, I'm not a vegetarian. I am a person with a normal diet which is verging much more onto the more healthy. Sprouting, I personally think, is essential, but you've got to understand how sprouts work in your body. So we're talking about lentil sprouts, mung bean sprouts. These are very, very important foods to have in your diet. Make sure you chew all your food very thoroughly, including if you're having a soup or if you're having a juice. Because if you do that, if you do actually chew up your food properly, it prepares it for digestion. All of the enzymes from your saliva gets into the food and digestion begins in the mouth. If you just, swallow your food back, you'll get incomplete digestion. You will not get the full nutritional benefit of the food that you are eating, and whatever goes into your body will help your brain as well. So if you have rushed meals, you're less likely to get good nutrition to the brain to be able to help you to think on your feet when you're going through a situation face to face or online with someone who's got some dubious ideas which are basically getting in the way of very real progress, alright, that an individual could be having in a complex situation. So that's a brief overview of diets. Obviously chicken is a very cheap meat which you can get your hands on. Try and go for the purest that you can, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that all preservatives are bad. I don't think they are. I think it's a very good thing to have preservatives and frozen foods because you can keep your food for longer. But the lower quantity of processed foods do you have, the more likelihood you're going to be clear in your mind and be able to have independence of thoughts. I personally find it difficult to believe that someone can be a free thinker if they're not actually providing their brain with the energy and the nutrition that's required to be able to enable the brain to be able to think freely. Alright, this is essential. Maintaining your personal efficiency, alright, maintaining your ability to be a free thinker and to think for yourself does actually rely very much upon your stomach, upon your entire digestive tract, okay? Some people might even want to go out and find a specialist who deals with colonic irrigation maybe and have a treatment like that once a month or something like that, okay? It can be a very, very good thing. Also look at your vitamins and your minerals. Are you taking any supplementation on top of having yourself a good healthy diet? Because if you do, that will be a very good, very positive thing just to help to boost you even further. It'll help the immune system, help your skin to look more beautiful, help your hair to be good quality. I haven't brushed mine today, but it's still pretty damn good quality, nice and strong and firm. And whenever I'm eating better, I get better nails, better skin, better hair, better everything, alright? And especially the thing which I'm most concerned about is keeping the brain on track so that I can fight the negatives of people who are very strong in their politics or their spirituality, and they're being basically a bit abusive with the position of authority which they think that they have over you, okay? Now, as far as exercise is concerned, I cannot really advise you too much upon that personally, apart from the fact that you have to do some of it. Alright, maybe you'll have one of those publicly available gymnasium equipment setups in your local park. Try and find some time to use it. Try and build up a structure of maybe 3 days a week when you just get onwards and doing some exercise, okay? Yeah, I bought myself the cross trainer a while ago because I thought that would be cheaper than going down to the gym and I can use it in all weathers. Alright, so if you can afford it, then maybe look into that sort of thing, getting yourself some basic gym equipment, looking at some of the videos on YouTube about fitness, and seeing which particular exercise you want to incorporate into your routine. And don't forget to do stretching, because if you do stretching, then essentially that will help you to be able to do more in the way of physical exercise, and you're less likely to knacker your back. Also make sure you're checking your posture and everything else, because that's a very important part of just getting on and just getting by, okay? More research is needed. I've got a call coming in. I'll speak to you again soon. Okay, I do apologise for that interruption, but I've been getting busier and busier these days, so essentially it's a very, very good thing. Right, now, I've spoken to you so far about diet, nutrition, and exercise briefly, but when it comes to more medical things such as exercise, you've got to make sure you're doing it in accordance with your own body's needs, and you've got to research this very thoroughly yourself, so I can't go into that too much, okay? And actually, it's the same with diet, with nutrition as well. If you can get yourself more specialist advice on that, I mean, that would be great. I want you to try and see this as being part of your new hobby. All right, your new hobby right now. You might like doing computer programming, making model airplanes, whatever it is that you do. Okay, go for it. Okay, find out more about other things, such as things for your diet, nutrition, exercise, and sleep. Okay, I haven't covered the subject of sleep yet, but I will get onto that. But please, 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 please be motivated, especially at this time in your life when you're being accosted in the workplace by someone who's trying to fill your head with like New World Order conspiracy theory, demonic crap. All right, because things can be very difficult for you personally when you're having extra stress placed upon your life by someone who is essentially mentally ill. All right, someone who's got problems, someone who's got issues, who's not thinking all four cylinders, and even if the one in infinity outside chance that they're right is concerned, are they actually approaching you in a manner which is socially appropriate? All right, basically no, they're behaving towards you in a very inappropriate way. Okay, I'm doing this video because I've had people coming to me talking about this one particular problem, and I want them to be strong, I want them to be independent, I want them to be able to look after themselves when they're going through this kind of like religious bullying, this conspiracy theory bullying, and all the rest of that. Okay, I'll quickly go over again what I do for my sleep patterns. Obviously you can look into herbal teas which are designed for sleep purposes, or indeed go to somewhere like Neil's Yard shop where they sell loose herbs, and you can research through the various websites what is right for you. Okay, do some research, talk to your practitioner, because like some of these things may be bad for the kidneys. The one I take is hops. All right, I take a teaspoonful of dried hops and I infuse that in hot water, let that steep for a long period of time. I have my artificial sweeteners because I don't take proper sugar. Okay, and drink it slowly, maybe add a slice of lemon or something just to take away the ghastly flavour of the infused hops. All right, but it does work. It's a hypnotic drug, but if you've got a problem with your liver or your kidneys, you shouldn't necessarily have hops. You've got to be careful of these things, so you've got to research the herbs which you're taking to help you to get yourself off to sleep. I use my lighting. At the moment I've got the blue lights burning at the moment, and I changed that to white at lunchtime because like right now it's morning time. I want to inhibit the melatonin, wake myself up, inhibit the melatonin, keep myself active and buzzy. So it's blue in the morning, white at lunchtime, orange in the evening, and then of course towards bedtime I go to red light. That is a very good, a very constructive way of using light. I also have my light box, which I haven't got turned on now because I'm filming and I don't want to have too much light on my face and make myself look all ghostly and weird. Although the blue light is already probably doing that in its own little way. But my point here is there are things which you can do which can help you with your sleep patterns. Because if you're not going to sleep properly, or if you're not sleeping properly, all right, and I do get insomnia myself, so I know what this is like, big time. All right, you can lose your balance a little. All right. Now, obviously, what I did to bring myself out of the problems that the conspiracy theory, thinking did to me was I researched logical fallacies. So essentially, like the fifth side of this shape, so to speak, all right, happens to be perpetual self-education. Now, might sound like I'm giving you like a mammoth task to do, but all I would say is like make a start. All right. Be motivated to work on your personal efficiency of body and mind. This is very important. Now, if you're feeling lowered, or you're feeling like really in yourself, or you're like fighting various different arguments that all these strange people have given you inside your head when they're not around, all right, then you are in a position of being weakened. That's the way I see it. So you do all these things with diet, nutrition, exercise, and sleep, all right, to reduce that, to bring yourself back to a position of strength, all right. Get yourself some books upon debating and debating skills. Not because you want to debate this person, but because you want to have the clarity of thought inside yourself so you can deal with the ideas that they're throwing your way. Alright, so you can maintain your independence, your freedom as an individual, rather than being a psychological slave under someone else's influence. Alright? So this is just some things which you can do, and make sure you do split all friendship ties with these people. There are ways of doing it socially appropriately, assertively, not aggressively. Make sure you do it in a way which is right for the environment that you're in. Okay, whether it's the bar, you would do it in a different way than you do it in the office environments. Okay, but you have to break all friendship ties with these people, because that's a great way of helping them to get the message that they have no power over you. Because all these things, you know, when there's religious bullying, or there's all kinds of like New World Order conspiracy bullying going on, that is a power play issue, and they think they have the upper hand over you. And they are delusional, and they are wrong. And you build yourself up through this brief outline, this broad, you know, fuzzy sketch which I've just drawn you, to make sure it's less likely that they can have that power over you, and that you become a free, independent spirit, which I believe is important for your survival. And a lot of the things we do in life is survival. I mean, everything else around you is politics. Everything in life is politics, okay? Politics this, politics that, politics the other. Alright? But you can still do things to improve your personal efficiency. And the foundation of everything, I believe, is the body. So you've got to start with that, and then work on with other things as well. Just make a start. Alright, because you don't want to be crippled by these people. You don't want them to have the upper hand over you. You want to be a free, independent individual. So try and look after these things, and try and look after yourself. And that's all I'm going to leave you with for the moment. I've given you enough to think about. But do look after yourself. Realize how low down the hierarchy these people who are bullying you really are. They are not superior people, okay? They think that they are God. Okay, these are people who think that they are God, and that they are the ones who understand the worlds, okay? They are the ones who understand the way, the truth, the light, and everything. But I've got a message for them. If there is a God, it's not them. Okay? You don't have to argue with these people. Just break your friendship ties, move on, and heal yourself. Get yourself strong, get yourself independent, get yourself free. And God bless every single one of you.